My name is Peter Abbarno, and I hope I can count on your support and vote for state representative in the 20th District. The 20th District includes South Thurston County, virtually all of Lewis County, East Cowlitz County, and the city of Woodland and Clark County. I'm a business owner and attorney with Altazarena Abbarno, council member and mayor pro tem for the city of Centralia, and even hosted AM1470's KELA Let's Talk About It show. But most importantly, I'm a husband and a father. My wife Holly is a middle school math teacher at Centralia Middle School and teaches at Centralia College. We have two children, Sophia in 4th grade and Antonio in 2nd grade. You may have seen us in the community volunteering with the Hub City Mission, Lewis County Seniors, United Way of Lewis County, or several other local organizations. I'm really blessed to have an awesome family that likes to volunteer and give back to the community. I'm running as a father and husband to make our community safer, more affordable, and reflective of our community values. As a parent, I'll support family decision-making and financial independence, which in turn creates stronger families and successful communities. I'll also support policies that create an environment where good-paying family wage jobs can be created. Quality economic opportunities shouldn't be the sole province of King County. Now, I'm not going to perpetuate the urban-rural divide. I hope to help bridge the gap by emphasizing the importance of every corner of the 20th District and Washington State. Leaders must recognize, as I do, cities and counties depend on each other, and opportunity needs to be fostered in every corner of our great state, whether it's Sandstone Distillery in Tenino, Blanton's Market in Packwood, or Woodland Truck Lines in Cowlitz County. I'll help create an environment of opportunity. As a business owner myself, I support growing our economy by eliminating unnecessary regulatory barriers, investing in workforce development, creating childcare and early learning opportunities, incentivizing business growth and job creation, and reducing the overwhelming tax burden on families and small businesses. I'm honored to have the endorsement of Senator John Braun, Representatives Ed Orcutt, Richard DeBolt, and Jim Walsh, as well as the Washington Farm Bureau, Association of Washington Business, National Federation of Independent Business, Washington Retail Association, National Rifle Association, and so many more. I'm proud of the overwhelming support from those in the district and throughout the state of Washington. I want to thank you for your support and vote. If you want to learn more about me or my campaign, please visit electpeterabbarno.com. Feel free to email me at peter@electpeterabbarno.com, or you can find me on Facebook and social media.
All right, first question for you, Peter. The Washington State Economic and Revenue Forecast Council estimated the state budget deficit to be $1.9 billion for the current budget that runs through June and $2.3 billion for the 21 to 23 budget. If you're elected, do you support new or increased taxes? If yes, which taxes would you create or increase and why? And if no, how do you propose addressing the budget deficit?
Economic rebuilding from the stay-home orders may be the most complex and divisive issue facing the legislature. Although the budget crisis is smaller than first estimated back in July, the state of Washington is still facing a massive deficit. I oppose creating new taxes or increasing the rate of existing taxes on individuals and businesses. The state cannot tax its way to prosperity on the backs of working families and small businesses. Democrats in Olympia are talking about creating an income tax, a wealth tax, and a capital gains tax. I reject these partisan tax schemes because, first, it's just bad policy, and second, it's unconstitutional. Article 7 of the Washington State Constitution reads, "All taxes shall be uniform upon the same class of property." The state Supreme Court and you, the voters, have repeatedly rejected these taxes since 1933. I support first reprioritizing the budget. We can protect the most vulnerable in our community while at the same time eliminate, reduce, and restructure programs and policies that are unsustainable and underperforming. Second, growing our economy and eliminating regulatory barriers. Overburdensome and clearly political and arbitrary regulations are preventing our community from growing, creating jobs, and producing added revenue. I'll help get Washington back to work and jumpstart the economy by reducing taxes and regulations and encouraging job creation and job growth.
You're listening to a special Meet the Candidates edition of Let's Talk About It here on AM 1470 and streaming online at KELAAM.com. Right now talking with Legislative District 20 State Representative Position 1, which is an open seat, Peter Abbarno. And Peter, next question for you. Describe your work history and experience that has best prepared you to represent your constituents in Olympia.
Every 2 years, voters have an opportunity to elect individuals who will represent them in Olympia. This is a job interview, and voters must determine which candidate will be best to represent them, their families, their businesses, and their values. A strong resume is important. I've delivered newspapers, worked for Parks and Recs, worked at a butcher shop, and been in the food service industry. Now I'm a business owner and attorney, and Mayor Pro Tem in the city of Centralia. Every job I've had helped me create my work ethic and build my character. Having diverse work history and experiences is important for an elected official in order to understand the issues at multiple levels. I strongly believe you have to live within your means. Families and small businesses create long and short-term goals, and of course, the plans to achieve them. That's essential to being successful. Sound budgeting, principled spending, innovation, and efficiency is the hallmark in the private sector and for household budgeting. Although those principles don't always translate apples to apples in the public sector, my experience will be invaluable in Olympia at a time when partisan politicians believe you can just grow money on trees. I know what it's like to sit down at the kitchen table with your spouse and plan out your month or year. And like you, I worry about healthcare, student loans, the safety of my family and children, and whether we'll be able to retire comfortably. My experiences and work history will help me be a better legislator and represent the 20th District.
Final question for you. What can you do to increase and improve government transparency?
It's important for elected officials to remember Article 1, Section 1 of the Washington Constitution. All political power is inherent in the people, and governments derive their just powers from the consent of the governed, and are established to protect and maintain individual rights. Transparency and accountability to the people is a cornerstone of government. Somewhere along the way, partisan politicians forgot the important words of our Constitution and forgot they work for the people, that government derives its power from us, the voters, and is established to protect and maintain our individual rights. How can that be achieved when government is not transparent? To increase transparency, the legislature must end the practice of title-only bills. These ghost bills are introduced with title only and no content, no opportunity for the public or duly elected representatives to fully review the legislation before a vote. To increase transparency, the legislature must hold the governor and agencies accountable. The fact that employment security paid foreign criminals unemployment before working families suffering from the stay-home orders is, in and of itself, criminal. Or that Western State Hospital lost its certification and funding in 2018, and the governor and DSHS kept it a secret. Or that the governor negotiates behind closed doors with his donors. As your state representative, I'll fight for a transparent and accountable government and help shed light on the practices aimed at keeping us in the dark.
All right, Peter, how can someone get a hold of you to find out more about you or the campaign?
You can contact me at electpeterabbarno.com. You can email me at peter@electpeterabbarno.com, or you can find me on Facebook and other social media.